Hello, hello, it's Simone. Happy New Year to everyone. It is a new Stuck Sketches video on my channel today. This was the sketch, this is the layout that I created, and this is how I started. I printed 4 photos onto a 4x6 paper, or on two 4x6 photos, and I printed them in different colors. I printed it just colored, then black and white, and then there was an option in my um, photo editing software, not software. I'm using PicMonkey on the computer, so app probably, where you could just select a certain color that you would not mute, or yeah, it looked like black and white and colored merged together. So I just wanted to see what it looked like because the colored photos were so colored. And then I used this pattern paper. It is from the Cocoa Daisy December memory keeping kits, and put on gesso, a big coat of gesso to the top. And then I'm starting to use my mists that I have. I have shimmers, don't really know, I think it's a Vibes. Then I have Heidi Swap Color Shine. I bought a blue set once, and now I'm trying to create a starry sky. And yeah, I struggle. I don't really know how to do that. And to be honest, in the end, I don't even know if I like this layout or not. It's another one of my experiments. And I decided to follow through and yeah, see what it turns out in the end. Yeah, this smushing technique with the packaging didn't really turn out the way I wanted it. I wanted to be a really dark sky because I had planned to add stars to the top. And then this was kind of by accident because I didn't want the paper to warp. Um, it started running down the paper. And then I remembered I had seen Adele from Inky Quill do this often before, and I really loved it, and that was a perfect chance for me to try that as well. And now I'm, yeah, covering my paper with really dark blue mist. And this is what it looks like in the end. um, that's the idea. I'm starting and I'm working on this, and I'm really working on this for a very, very long time. And I think now is the color, the base color is on, and now I'm starting to sprinkle on the lighter blues. Um, they are all shimmery mists, and so those sprinkles will shimmer when they are dry. And in the beginning, I'm just adding those onto the wet paint. And I'm also adding darker splatters again. But since the background color is still wet, they like start spreading out. And so I let it dry. And then I think I'm going to add another coat of sprinkles, splatters on top. And you saw those houses at the bottom. Those I want to add as a strip to the bottom. This is a paper that I received in the 2016. Don't remember the name of the kit, but it's from Feed Your Craft and Brandy Kincaid. And I really enjoyed using this. I won it in a giveaway. And when I saw that paper, that's actually where I got the idea from. The dark blue reminded me of, well, a dark night sky. And so I thought maybe I can recreate this sort of for the top of the sketch of the layout. Okay, now I'm going to back my photos with this turquoise teal. What color is that? It's a really bright blue. And I decided to go for the black and white muted colors of the photos. Yeah, big sigh here. I don't know if that was the right choice. I decided to let it just go and put it in the album. And but every time I look at it, I look at it and I think it's so muted. It's even though there is so much color on there, it still looks like a sick child with a white face. Maybe that's an image that makes sense to you. Then I saw that red polka dot card, but nah, that I thought it would work well, but it just no, it didn't look well. It didn't look good. Maybe again, if I had taken the colored photos, maybe the red polka dots would have worked, but this just didn't. I'm looking through all of my Christmas embellishments. I purchased the December Days collection from Pink Fresh Studio, and this is what I'm mainly working with when I'm scrapbooking the stuck sketches. I decided to make like a mini tiny series of this, and I scrapbooked Christmas layouts for December 1st and December 15th, and now I'm going to do two more. So this January 1st sketch is another Christmas layout, and there will be one more Christmas layout on this, not December, January 15th. So I went through all of the embellishments and I decided I'm just going to use this the way it is. And now I pulled out these One Canoe 2 star rub-ons. They came in a Cocoa Daisy kit as well. Unfortunately, I don't remember. It might have been the September 2017 kit. And then I'm just rubbing them onto the sky. I'm not going to use all of those. They are, what do you call those? The German word is in my head, but I don't know the English word. Those star things, star thingies. I'm just going to call them star thingies. I'm not going to use them as those star thingies, but I'm just going to use the stars and add some of them, but not all of them. I think it's just too much. Yeah, and then I'm just going through this and rubbing on all the stars from all of those two sheets. And you saw the first one that I rubbed on. There was some glitter that came off the rest of the paper, and I just didn't like it, and so I used a pencil so I would be more precise when rubbing on the stars. And in hindsight, I should have not rubbed on all of the stars. I should have kept some of them for the bottom part where I'm going to put the houses, because that is later on again a really hard thing for me to tie in those two things, to tie them together. Okay, so I'm going to work on the bottom strip now, and since I didn't have a paper that was the same color as the paper of, or the background of that house paper, I decided to really cut this very gently and take out two strips of that 6x8 paper and then just piece them together. Also, the houses were staggered behind each other, and so I had to make sure that since some of the edges are cut off, as you can see in the right there, I had to make sure that I staggered them so that you wouldn't see that there was parts missing of the houses. And now I'm just going to create a strip of houses, and yeah, it will change eventually while I'm creating the layout. But yeah, I really I love how this turned out. I'm just not so happy about the muted color effect that I have on this layout. It looks very unhealthy to me, if we can say that. Let's agree. It looks like the page is going to be sick in a moment. And I always get the feeling that I need to do something to make it feel more healthy. And that's why the video is so long, because I am working on this all the time. I even after I filmed, I thought about what I could do to improve the layout. I moved the stars that I put on as puffy stickers. I moved them like a million times. And if I hadn't just put it into a page protector, it would have been even. I could have played with this forever. I'm not going to use the enamel dots, but I will actually use one of the puffy stickers, and I think I'm going, no, I'm not going with the dots, but I'm going to go with this striped label. I'm going to rip it in half so that I can use it on two parts. And then I decided to use some gold thickers and spelled out the word Nikolaus. This is the German word version of Saint Nicholas, and this is what we are actually talking about in this layout. My kids, this was my my kids, my two youngest, first year in preschool, in that preschool, and they have a St. Nicholas celebration where St. Nick comes to the kindergarten group, and each child goes up to him, and gets uh, a present from St. Nicholas. And yeah, I wasn't there. Another mom took pictures, and I got these pictures from her, and I just wanted to have those pictures in the album so that my kids could remember this occasion. I don't really have a lot to journal about because obviously I wasn't there. I don't really know what happened. I can just guess from the photos that my youngest was too shy to go up to St. Nicholas by himself, and his kindergarten teacher carried him over. She wouldn't have carried him over there if he didn't want to, but he was obviously just too shy to go by himself. And so she carried him over there, and then the second to last photo is my middle one getting his present from St. Nicholas, and then all of the kids and friends next to each other singing a song and being very happy that he was here. So I also pulled out some gray Webster's Pages tile stickers and added the place where this happened. And then I started embellishing, but I didn't like it. The sleigh doesn't work for the German St. Nicholas, and I didn't really, I don't know, I didn't want it there, but then I also didn't really have anything else to put there, so I decided to, I'm fumbling around with several different things that I could put there, but then I'm going back to the sleigh and just not worry about if it fits St. Nicholas in Germany or not. I just decide that I really like the red embellishment up there. And then I'm adding the puffy sticker underneath the sleigh. I'm just layering it up on there. And as you can see, I moved the houses around a bit. I added those puffy trees to the bottom. I felt like there had to be something there, especially when I used the red sleigh. I needed something up there, and then by adding that puffy sticker, I somehow created this strange, it looks like a bathtub to me, like a bowl where you want to have something in there, but you don't, and that really looks strange. So I'm looking for something to add there, and then I'm going through the patterned paper, I'm looking through the cut apart sheet, and then I find a really teeny tiny version of those trees that I had just pulled out from the die cut pack. And yeah, I didn't like the trees that were at the bottom there, and I'm going to put them away. And then I fuzzy cut those teeny tiny trees, but they would have been like floating there. So I'm going to add another one of those blue lines, and I'm going to glue the teeny tiny trees onto that blue line, and I really like how that turned out or turns out. Okay, now I'm sticking everything down, and I'm also thinking about what I would put to the top of the layout. I wanted to add star clusters, and yeah, they just don't look right the way I create them. Maybe it's me. Maybe they're good. Maybe they would be good if somebody else did them. I don't know. And I'm really sorry that I'm so negative about this layout, but this took me ages, and then it somehow just didn't turn out the way I envisioned it. Yeah, so I'm sticking down those gold stars. Those came also in the Pinkfresh Studio die cuts pack, and I hadn't actually really seen them in the beginning. And I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. It's just the way it is this time doing my voiceovers. I'm a bit sick. I have a sore throat, I'm coughing, and I have a stuffed nose. And somehow my swallowing is so much louder than usual. So, yeah. If that annoys you, I can totally get the if you come back next week and it's better then, I promise. But right now, that's just the way my voiceovers sound. So, as you can see, I'm shuffling stars and I'm shuffling stars and I'm shuffling stars. Then I decide to journal. And then I think I'm going back 2 or 3 more times to shuffle the stars. And yeah, I think the layout is finished. Off camera, I'm going back in and adding some splatters to the bottom to tie it back in together. This is what it looks like now after shuffling the stars for a long time. Here are some close-ups, and we all would love for you to play along with us this month with the sketch. Link your finished layout to the Stuck Sketches website. There are some awesome prizes to be won. If you want to keep on watching my videos, there is a couple of more on screen right now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Until then, bye.